He was 2 months old when they made him Tsar. He was 8 months old when they took it away. He was 23 years old when they killed him, and he had spent nearly every day of those 23 years in a cell. Ivan VI became Emperor of Russia in October 1740, while he was still being carried in arms. His great-aunt, Empress Anna, had no children and had designated him her heir, the continuation of the Romanov line through a branch that no one quite trusted. A regent ruled for him, first Ernst Johann von Bayern, then Ivan's own mother, Anna Leopoldovna. The infant emperor sat on the throne of Russia in the most literal sense. Placed on it for ceremonies, carried through court functions, proclaimed on coins and proclamations across the empire. Then, in November 1741, the guards changed loyalties. Elizabeth, daughter of Peter the Great, launched a coup. Her soldiers arrested the infant Tsar and his family in the middle of the night. Ivan, 14 months old, was taken from his parents' arms. Elizabeth declared herself empress. The official proclamation ordered that Ivan's name be stricken from all records, his face removed from all currency, all documents bearing his reign recalled and destroyed. The empire tried to erase him from history, while he was still alive to be erased. Ivan spent the next several years shuffled between fortresses, his existence known but never acknowledged. As he grew older, the precautions around him grew tighter. He was held in increasingly isolated conditions, separated from other prisoners, forbidden contact with anyone outside his immediate guards. The orders surrounding him were explicit and chilling. If anyone attempted to free him, the guards were to kill him immediately, regardless of circumstances. By the time he was a teenager, solitary confinement had taken its toll. Some accounts from guards and officials who encountered him describe a young man who struggled to speak coherently, who had difficulty forming sentences, who showed signs of the psychological damage that total isolation inflicts on human beings. He had been alone, essentially, for most of his conscious life. He reportedly knew he was a prisoner. Some accounts suggest he knew he had once been a Tsar. Whether that knowledge made his confinement better or worse is impossible to say. At least 3 serious plots formed around him over the years, conspirators who believed that the deposed emperor represented a legitimate alternative to the current Romanov line. Each time, the plots collapsed. Each time, the people involved were executed or sent to Siberia. The last plot came in 1764. A young officer named Vasily Mirovich decided, seemingly on his own initiative, to free Ivan and place him on the throne. He persuaded soldiers at the Schlisselburg fortress to join him, overpowered the outer guard, and stormed toward Ivan's cell. The inner guards had their orders. By the time Mirovich broke through the cell door, Ivan VI was already dead, stabbed multiple times by the very men assigned to protect him. Mirovich was captured, tried, and beheaded in St. Petersburg. The official announcement of Ivan's death was terse and clinical. Catherine the Great, who was empress by then, noted the event and moved on. Ivan was 23 years old. He had been in confinement since he was 14 months old. He had never governed, never known freedom, never experienced anything that most people would recognize as a life. He was born an emperor and killed as a secret. His face was removed from every coin. His name was removed from every record. The empire spent decades trying to pretend he had never existed, and in a certain terrible sense, it worked, because in 23 years of life, Ivan VI never got the chance to exist at all.